Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to the farm. As you can see, we're in the shop here this afternoon. It's a very, very windy day outside, so it's a perfect day to come indoors and work on a project. Now, that project just happens to be the wife's truck. And the issue, this is a 2013 Ford F-150. The issue we had initially was the tailgate latch. You know, you gotta pull the latch. It seems like you can pull for days. Nothing really happens, right? So you gotta kind of give it a bit of a tap. And then you can get it to unlatch. Now that's one problem. The second problem, and this has developed here in the last 6 months to a year, is that like gravity doesn't do it. And there's no torsion bar in here for controlled release or anything like that. This thing should just fall right down, but it doesn't. So she gave me the gears here today and said, like, you need to get after this or we're buying a new truck. And we got this truck for like 35 grand, brand new. Like, it was a smoking deal. I feel like we really stuck it to the man on that occasion. So I'm definitely not ready to go in and trade it off and get a new truck, because a new truck, well, I mean, good luck finding a new truck right now for sure with the microchip shortage. But the other side of the coin is, if you are able to find a new truck, a new half ton is like $75,000 for this spec. So that's not an option, because I mean, there's no wads of cash coming out of my pocket. So I went to do the old quick Google search. What could I possibly find wrong with this? You know, the internet says just spray WD-40 on it. The reality is, I know there's way more to it than that. You know, inside here, definitely in the hinges, there's possibly a WD-40 issue. But the tailgate latch itself, I have a pretty good feeling that that's actually related to the linkage between the actual latch and the actual tailgate handle. I think that's out of alignment. And so I'm going to take the bed cover, the bed protector off here. I'm going to take the back plate completely off the tailgate. We're going to take a look inside and see if we can't tweak some stuff and get this working properly. And, you know, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to spray a little bit of WD-40 on it for sure. But let's find some tools and get after it. So the inside plates, the tailgate on these F-150s are just held on with a thick-headed Torx head screw. And so I still have one actually on my DeWalt cordless impact from when I dismantled an IBC tote a few weeks back. So I should be able to just pop that right in there. Business, all business, just like that. We're gonna make quick work of this. So the tailgate protector is off now. There's just the old factory metal, and this top piece peels off, and you can see in there the whole tailgate, I guess, latch handle assembly. And this is threaded right in here on both sides. You can see that it's threaded. So that's what I need to adjust, so when I manipulate the handle, that pulls the appropriate amount and unlatches the tailgate. So I've gone ahead and sprayed some WD-40 inside here, and you can see now when I pull on the handle, I got a lot more movement than I had before, but I'm still not getting the travel out of it that I should really get, essentially. So what I'm going to do is I got to put a little screwdriver in right here and right there and slide this linkage in a little bit further, maybe 1 or 2 threads, so that when I pull on it, I actually get the full travel of the tailgate handle. Now, the other thing that's really interesting is if you look on the inside right here where the tailgate actually contacts this rubber stopper, there's like the metal's actually rubbed thinner here. Like, it's actually worn through a little bit from contacting here. And if you come to the other side, you can see it's the same, right? There's these contact points. And so when I close the tailgate, like, it actually keeps the tailgate in tension. Of course, I'm able to unlatch that much easier now, but it could very well be that there's just a little tiny bit too much rubber there, that it's causing outward pressure on the tailgate latch, so that when I try to pull on the handle, this thing's under tension and it can't actually move freely. All right, so let's have a look inside here. So right in here, I'm able to put my screwdriver in there and pop this little latch apart. Now, of course, I had already previously popped it, so it's a little easier than it's actually going to be. But it's very similar to a wiring harness. You just pop the little latch, fold this thing back, and you can see in there where the threads sit. So I'm just going to go ahead and adjust that a slight tiny bit so that I can get a little bit more out of it. So now that I made my adjustment in here, I'm going to go ahead and pop the tailgate latch. And you can see you get full travel. It disengages the actual latches on the sides much earlier, and I don't have to put a whole pile of pressure on here. I don't have to beat it or hammer on it or do anything like that. So that portion is a win. Now, all I gotta do is disengage right here, pull these straps off, pull the tailgate completely off, and figure out why the hinges are bunging up. So now to remove the tailgate, I wanna pop the hangers off, so I just put a screwdriver in behind here. And there's a little metal tab right here. You can see I've just pried up with my screwdriver, and then you can just slide that off. Piece of cake. And then there's gonna be a sweet spot in the hinges down here when you get to like halfway or something like that, halfway down, and you'll be able to pull the entire tailgate completely off at that point. So I got everything freed up here now. Not quite the way I expected, but I can show you just on this hinge on the passenger side. Like I said, you get to about halfway, and you're able to disengage that completely. So that works really good the way it's supposed to. On the other side, however, this whole socket's supposed to come out right here, and I could not get that disengaged at all, not even a little bit. So I sprayed a whole bunch of brake clean in there, followed by copious amounts of WD-40, and you know what? Gravity does what it's supposed to do with the tailgate. I'll call that a success. Now, reassembly is as simple as you might think. You put the metal plate cover back on. I just put the bed protector, tailgate protector back on. I'm going to hand start these screws the first thread because I'm going to put them back in with the impact. And I don't want to cross thread anything. I'm not living that dangerously today, but I'll get these things popped back in. And we have a brand new truck again. And oh man, I'll be husband of the year. She's probably going to be asking why I didn't do it sooner. I've told her for forever, oh, I'm going to do it, 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 I'm going to do it. And she keeps on my case, and I'm like, honey, I said I was going to do it. You really don't have to remind me every 6 to 8 months. But finally, she threatened me with going to buy a new pickup, and that was all the incentive I needed. So happy to say this job is complete. So now everything's all put back together. Let's see how well it works. Boom. We are in business. Well, that's not all I got to do today. I got a whole bunch more stuff to do today, but I think I better run the truck out of the shop and let the wife do this and see if I can actually be husband of the year for the next 5 minutes. And but before I let you go, what's big about the YouTube channel recently? Some exciting news. We recently crossed over having 500 subscribers. Now that's a pretty small number, but I mean, for us, 500 people tuning in and seeing what we're doing every day is more than we've ever had. So that's definitely interesting. So if you're one of those new folks that just subscribed and you're new to the channel, thank you very much. Welcome to the farm. If you've been here a while, really appreciate you constantly tuning in and giving us feedback on what we're doing, asking questions. That's just fantastic. That helps us learn, right? You guys asking questions helps us learn, because now I really got to dig into it and use the old noggin more than just Mr. Google Pants can give me. And if you've been here since day one, holy man, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys. Guys like Glenn Gillis, he tunes in every day, constantly gives feedback. And, I feel bad for Glenn because for some reason his comments, YouTube keeps deleting his comments. And he gives some pretty awesome feedback, asks some pretty cool questions. And so if you're out there, Glenn, thanks for tuning in, regularly commenting. And I mean, if that really gets your heckles up, if you're like me and, you really don't like the YouTube censorship, that especially when it's not founded in anything, go ahead, go down below, drop your comments, ask questions, just flood the comment section with everything you got. I will answer every single question you ask as best as I possibly can. The time's available to me, but I will get back to you, I promise. And if you got any cool ideas, things about sheep, things about gardening, things about chickens, tractors, pigs, anything, you name it, we're doing all kinds of stuff here. So let us know, and we'll try and do a video on it, or we'll try and answer your questions. And we're just here to have a good time and learn something new. So I'm going to run the truck over to the wife now, so I'll let you go for now. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow.